Hi folks, I'm Matt and welcome to My Expanded Universe, a show where I go through the entire EU in chronological order as best I know how. Folks, we are zipping through the Marvel comic books, and here I want to talk about 3 more issues, all written by Mary Jo Duffy. And the first one is the big one, right? We're finally there. Star Wars, issue 100, the big double-sized issue. You have been waiting years, yay, maybe even decades. Well, not decades, but you've been waiting for it for a very long time, and here it finally is. You know, we've gotten the big 50th issue, which I talked about. They did a big Star Wars annual, big events here. So now you're looking at issue 100. This is a big deal. Comic books, especially these days, rarely make it to 100 until they have to reboot and sell it number 1 again. So that Star Wars makes it to 100 is a big tale about how long and how successful this series has been for Marvel. And you'd think they're going to tell this big old storyline, right? They kind of don't. See, in the issue, the Alliance finally decides to strike back at the Nagai invasion. And of course, you have all your favorites. There's a lot of people from previous issues who are now joining the fight with the rebellion, and they're trying to fight back the Nagai because they've really increased their numbers since then. In the invasion, the Nagai have stepped up as a threat in the universe, and now the Rebel Alliance is spending more of their resources to attack them head on because it's obviously this is the new enemy here. Now, I do not mind the Nagai being the big baddie here. I'm glad they didn't just stick on the Empire being the big baddie still, even though obviously that's what the books do a lot. But it's nice to have something, it's refreshing, and that they went in a different path and chose the Nagai as the villain. That's all good. The problem I have is the issue 100 is kind of boring. And for a double-sized issue, especially a 100th issue, you want something big to happen. You want it to be monumental. You want people talking about issue 100 forever. This is the one where everything builds up. And, Lord knows they had enough months to understand, we're going to make it to issue 100. We better make this big. I'd say at least a year they probably knew it was coming up. So why not direct the story? I mean, they kind of do because now they acknowledge this is a war now. And it's going to be like that through the end of the series, which won't even last a year later after their 100th issue. But the thing is, though, I thought it just needed to be more. It needed to be bigger. Now, is that the writer's fault? Possibly. But I just don't want to pin it all on her. I just don't think maybe it is her fault because they didn't think about anything to build up to it. That's the thing. You want people to care about issue 100. You want people to go, oh man, this is where it's going to be serious. But instead, issue 100 is just one long comic book that you're still waiting for something exciting to happen, and it doesn't seem to pay off. It doesn't justify the epic milestone which it's representing. So moving on to issue 102. Remember, you had to skip issue 101 because it dealt with stuff that happened before issue 100. So in issue 102, Luke and Leia go back to Escalon to tell Cairo's family about his death. How shocked are they that Cairo is actually alive and he's on the planet and he's helping fend it off against the Nagai. Oh my goodness, what happened? We thought he died in that long battle down when he tackled that Nagai and went down to the ocean's depths and didn't come back. Well, we find out what happened. We hear his story. And of course, Luke and Leia are happy to see him back and defending his planet. Now, he chooses to stay on the planet to kind of help out there to fend off remember the Nagai are now everywhere at this point. They're all over the galaxy. It's almost like a Vong invasion, in fact, now that I think about it. So it's just more fighting with the Nagai. Now in issue 103, you're going to have that continue on the planet Zeltros. And Leia goes to Zeltros, and of course where the Nagai are attacking as well. Zeltrons have been in the comic books for quite some time at this point, so it makes sense. Why not visit their home planet and show the Nagai invasion there? Zeltrons are in it for the rest of the storyline. In fact, I think Zeltros is the main, where the last battle's held. So that's where the last few issues are just going to dedicate itself on the planet Zeltros. Why not? You've invested so much time trying to sell us Zeltrons make the whole thing end on its planet. That's fine with me, I guess. Again, the Nagai, I do not mind them as a villain. I think they're a neat little villain there. Their reason is kind of one-sided. You know, we want to dominate the galaxy. Okay, that's it. You know, not as in-depth as the Vaughn, but then again, they didn't need to be. It was the mid-'80s, and I don't think many people were thinking, oh, there needs to be more to the Nagai than just want to be conquering the universe. No, I'm fine with that. That's fine. All right, folks. Short one today, but that's all I got for you. See you next time with another video.